Do you remember why the big bad wolf couldn't get in the house?
Because it was made of bricks?
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trail into Reaction, and I'm exhausted because I work with children. Though it's even more tiring than working with children is occasionally working with adults. In any case, what I'm here today is to take a look at the trailer for Werewolves, titled Today's the Supermoon. And if you're aware, there has been an uptick on the amount of werewolf movies coming out lately. It's like we're getting at least 2, maybe even 3 a year. And that's awesome because I think the werewolf story is very fertile ground for interesting storytelling. And in 2024 we have Werewolves, which stars Frank Grillo, and it's a very Purge-like setting, which has the coming of the supermoon, which is a real thing, by the way. And for reasons that I don't know, a whole bunch of people are turning into werewolves. This sounds interesting to me. In 2025, we have Lee Wannell's Wolfman, which I'm less interested in, to be totally honest. While I'm glad that more directors and studios are releasing werewolf movies, that doesn't mean they're all the same. It's like any other subgenre. Some are going to be kind of not great. Others will be awesome. And I'm expecting Wolfman to be in the not so great camp. I don't think it'll be terrible. I just don't think it's going to be that interesting either. While Werewolves looks a lot more engaging to me because it looks satisfying. It looks like a crowd pleaser. It looks like fun. In any case, let's look at the official trailer for Werewolves. Today's the Supermoon.
Do you remember when Daddy used to tell you that story about the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf? Do you remember why the big bad wolf couldn't get in the house?
Because it was made of bricks?
Just like your house.
Whatever happens tonight, remember it's my choice.
I know.
We have a 9-hour window to test and report our findings. Good luck tonight.
Well, that was Today's the Supermoon, the latest trailer from Werewolves. And as I said, this looks like fun. It takes itself seriously, despite the concept being insanely ridiculous. And I tend to like movies like this. And what I think this movie is going to excel at is that the ridiculousness of its concept is going to be kind of allayed somewhat by the awesome cast and how serious they seem to be taking this threat. I reckon that in some ways it's going to be almost funny based upon how ridiculous this is. And in fact, that's probably the likely biggest difference between this and Wolfman. Namely, this is going to have a concept that is just silly, but it's going to lean into the silliness. It's not going to acknowledge itself. It's not going to be campy, but it will lean into it. While Wolfman, I suspect, is going to take itself way too seriously. That being said, while I'm glad that directors are making werewolf movies again, and this is a bit of an aside, though Neil Marshall recently said, according to BloodyDisgusting.com, if I recall, that the odds of there being a Dog Soldiers 2 have dropped precipitously, to such a degree, in fact, that he doesn't think it will happen. What I have to say is, don't believe that, at least not yet. As I mentioned at the jump, werewolf movies are increasingly becoming popular. And that being the case, Hollywood does nothing more than recycle old material. So the idea that Dog Soldiers was made and no one will capitalize on that IP which is beloved among fans of genre, is ridiculous. I'm not nearly as connected as Neil Marshall, not even close, but I'm willing to bet money there will be a Dog Soldiers 2. The big question is, will Neil Marshall come back to direct Dog Soldiers 2? And I hope he does, but I think the likelihood is extremely high there will be a sequel. Now, what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or follow.